So, you want to learn to code, do you? In that case, let's have some fun! Okay, to start with, you will need this Visual Studio Code. If you know another code editor that you're happy with already, then go for it. Try it. Whether it's Sublime Text or Brackets or whatever, try that. But I would recommend, if you don't know any other code editor, then you should go for Visual Studio Code. This will give you a good foundation program so that you can write your code, and it won't sort of like change the formatting or anything. So go and get that before you start this video. Okay, so you've got that, have you? Good. Then we shall begin. Create a new folder, and I'm just going to call it my website. It can be called anything, but we want to group our things together in a folder, and that will become important later. Okay, so if you're just going to create new file on the desktop, because you can do it all in one file, and we will be working in that way to begin with, but I really recommend you create a folder, as it'll make things easier later. Okay, now in that folder we want a new file, but of course this is a Mac, so it doesn't work. You can't just right click new file on a Mac. You can do that if you're on a Windows, but because we can't do that on a Mac, I'm just going to drag that into the Visual Studio Code editor, and it's bring it into my current window here. Right, there we are. Okay, now I'm going to create my file. Now, to start with, all websites, all servers look for a specific file name to start the program with. They always look for this file. It's always index.html. So if we call it anything else other than index, like index y or something, it won't work. So we must name it index.html. Okay? And now we've got that file there, we can just write out our document structure. Now I'm going to show you how to do this, and then I'm going to show you the shortcut, because I think it's important for you to learn how to do this. So we start with declaring the doc type, which is very helpful of Visual Studio Code. This is why I like this thing. Look, you can just do that and it'll do it for you. All right, then the components of a web page are, broadly speaking, the head element. I missed something out. We need to do actually the HTML block. Now this is called a tag. A tag is a bit of HTML, right? And it very commonly has a beginning tag and an end tag. Okay, beginning, end, and you can have things nested inside of that. Lots of things. Some don't have a beginning and an end. They just have the one, and it looks a bit like that. But for most tags, they do have a beginning and end. Now, we have two main elements in a web page: the head and the body. Now, anything that you put in the head is not going to show up on your screen. Okay, we use this for writing styles and linking things and other meta information that we want to use to render our web page, but it's not visual. Okay, and you use this for the things like well, we've got a good example here. So for example, this here, the title of the web page, that is covered in the head. The styles are in the head. All of the JavaScript is in the head. All right, so those kind of things. All right, so I'm going to leave it empty just for the moment, because I don't want us to get worried about that. I want to look at the body, and in the body, that is where our main HTML. So this is where the things like the title is, hello world. Okay, and we've also got a p tag, which is my first paragraph. Right, now I'm going to just save that file by right-clicking and save, not save as. We don't want a copy of this document when we want to save over the original content. And now, when you drop that file, not the folder, into a browser, just a file, you should be able to drop it into something like Google Chrome or whatever you've got. You should see your website. How cool is that? All right, so now we've got a way of making websites. Ta-da! Welcome to the world of coding. Right, if you want to change something, say I've done the paragraph here. Just make sure you file and save that. Okay. Right, see the little white dot has gone. It's just an X now. And that means the file has saved, and that means the browser can pick it up. You won't see anything just yet, but if I refresh it using this button here, reload this page, it will appear. Okay? So just make sure you are doing file, save in VS Code, and then refresh on the browser to make sure that it shows up. Okay? Alright, so that's our introduction. I'm going to end this video here, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll start learning a bit more about HTML.